Man, the sacrifices that I make for this channel. I must really like you guys because this afternoon, I sat through almost 13 minutes of some of the most unentertaining, unfunny woke comedy that I have ever seen. Have you guys ever been to a bad comedy show? Back in October, I took my girlfriend to see Amy Schumer at the Sanger in New Orleans. Including the two opening acts, the show ran for about 2.5 hours. Now, that's a long time to entertain several thousand people. Luckily for us, the show was great. Seemed like we were only there 2.5 minutes. There were no political jokes. There was no mention of BLM or TLM or LGBTQLM. It was 150 minutes of good comedy. When I saw Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, they went on for over 3 hours. Again, the time flew by because the show was great. It was entertaining. This afternoon, I could barely make it through 13 minutes of what Jimmy the Kimmel calls comedy. It was dreadful. It was cringe. I found myself constantly checking the timer to see how much more of this filth I had to sit through. Around the 10-minute mark, I just gave up. I had enough material for this video, plus I had to wipe the blood off my ears from the incessant bleeding. Believe it or not, Jimmy the Kimmel used to be relatable. He used to draw an audience. You guys remember the Man Show on Comedy Central? That was a great show. Even the first decade plus of Jimmy Kimmel on ABC was respectable television. Now, I was never a consistent viewer of his late night show, but he did produce some good skits in the past. Jimmy Kimmel used to be funny. He used to be relatable. Just like his bongo partner Howard Stern used to be relatable. They were both viewed as the everyman blue-collar guys. Unfortunately for Jimmy the Kimmel, he was given a dual diagnosis of 2 terminal illnesses. Doctors have confirmed Jimmy Kimmel has been 100% infected with the woke fungus. He also has a stage 4 case of Orange Man Bad. This dude is obsessed with Donald Trump. Jimmy Kimmel goes to bed at night dreaming of ways he can become an orange. It has been 2 years since Donald Trump left the White House. Up until about a month ago, he was relatively living in obscurity. Outside of the random interview on Fox News, you didn't hear much from Donald Trump. Guess it's kind of hard to have a voice when you're banned from every social media platform. But there was one man willing to fight the good fight to keep Donald Trump in the mainstream. Jimmy the Kimmel. This dude can't record an episode of this garbage without at least mentioning Donald Trump once. Before his dual diagnosis, back when normal men could relate to him, Jimmy Kimmel drew respectable ratings. His show on ABC averaged between 2.5–3 million viewers. November of 2015, Jimmy Kimmel was number 2 in late night television. He was drawing almost 800,000 viewers in the key 18 to 49 demo. That is a phenomenal rating. Today, you would have to combine the audience across 4 shows for Jimmy Kimmel to reach the same number. This dude went from number 2 in late night to failing to make the top 20 on ABC. He's kind of like Jamel Hill. He can't even make the charts at his own network. He was beaten out by such legendary shows like CMA Country Christmas and something called Home Economics. Now, if you want to look at this through a positive lens, Jimmy Kimmel does have the 142nd most popular show on television. Ooh! It's been almost 3 months since Jimmy the Kimmel has eclipsed 2 million viewers. Over the last 6 months, he's averaged 1.3 million. Now, to my knowledge, these ratings represent record lows. And that number's actually inflated because he had the NBA Finals a few times for his lead-in back in June. When he was going on after the NBA Finals, Jimmy Kimmel was hitting over 3 million viewers. The very next night, barely over 1 million. Over the last few weeks, Jimmy Kimmel has developed a new passion. Now, most of us men, we're passionate about our careers. We're passionate about our relationships, our wives, our girlfriends. Not Jimmy the Kimmel. No. You gotta remember, Jimmy the Kimmel no longer relates to the average dude. Instead of being passionate about his wife, Jimmy Kimmel gets real passionate about other men. My sources tell me he is trying to move on from his obsession with Donald Trump. What's that old saying? The best way to get over someone is to get under someone else, or something to that effect? There's a new man in the life of Jimmy Kimmel. No more dreams about spray tans and tangerines. No more wanker spanking when he sees a comb over. My sources tell me, and I confirmed this watching his show this afternoon, Jimmy the Kimmel is now obsessed with Elon Musk. I get rather confused with all the shitfucks hating Elon Musk. Now, you would figure Elon Musk would be one of their many objects of worship. I mean, the dude invented the electric car. He's a strong believer in global warming, or what the shitfucks like to call climate change. But the shitfucks have developed a strong woke boner for Elon Musk ever since he took over their community center known as Twitter. Apparently, the other day, someone asked Elon Musk for his preferred pronouns. I was shocked to find out that I share the same pronouns as Elon Musk. Check it out for yourself. Me, I also prefer prosecute Fauci pronouns. Now, this revelation from Elon Musk triggered the emotional Jimmy Kimmel. As you can see from his response, Jimmy Kimmel went directly for an insult that included the shitfuck's most desired part of another man. Now, this simple response wasn't enough to calm the emotional outrage and anger inside Jimmy the Kimmel. He was bitter, very, very bitter, that Elon Musk was attacking another creature that he strongly desires, the Fauci lizard. It is literally a love triangle inside the mind of Jimmy the Kimmel. He has an alpha male and Elon Musk on one side and a hideous-looking reptile on the other. If only he could get the two of them to get along, Jimmy the Kimmel would be living in ecstasy. Monday night, he took his anger with him to the set of his dump. There was a packed crowd in the studio of people expecting to see a comedy show. Instead, they witnessed an emotional breakdown from a man desperate for attention from his newest obsession. Watch it for yourself.
Elon Musk seems to be intent on filling the troll hole vacated by Donald Trump, because yesterday he wrote, "My pronouns are prosecute and Fauci," which, on top of being small-minded, lowest common denominator garbage and spreading false and dangerous conspiracy theories against a doctor who works for our good, is also just a terrible joke. It's like a joke generated by AI. It doesn't make any sense. The structure's wrong, doesn't rhyme with anything relevant. No, there are too many syllables. It's exactly the kind of joke you'd expect from a guy who named his son after the bottom row of an eye chart. But for some reason, some people like him. This weekend, a young guy came up to me, very nice guy. He said, "You got no love for Elon, bro?" And I was like, I said, "No, I don't, but it's not just Elon specifically. I have a problem with any richest man in the world who comes to this country to casually slander a doctor who devoted his entire life to protecting our children from HIV and COVID and Zika and swine flu and Ebola disease while you're off playing grab ass with Trump and firing rockets into space to prove your penis works."
What the hell was that? Do you see what I'm talking about now? Imagine sitting through 13 minutes of that bullshit. The people in the audience, they had to sit through it for an hour. First of all, I think Jimmy Kimmel kind of crossed a line here by mentioning the son of Elon Musk. I don't think he was trying to be malicious, but still, I mean, I don't know how old the kid is, but when you're making jokes or attacking someone, you don't involve their children. And number two, what is with this dude's obsession with Anthony Fauci? Did I just hear him say Fauci has dedicated his career to protecting children? Are you out of your fucking mind? Has Jimmy Kimmel been living in a different country? If I remember correctly, Fauci advocated to keep kids out of school. Now, it was okay for Fauci to tour America, spreading his love to all of those willing to receive it. But it wasn't okay for little Garfield to enter the second grade. Jimmy Kimmel and mainstream media outlets like the New York Times call the lizard America's doctor. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I would not allow Anthony Fauci to check my temperature. I would not trust him to give my dog her heartworm medicine. Now, Anthony Fauci, he might be your doctor, he ain't mine. A couple of months ago, the New York Times published an article about the decline of late night television. They highlighted all of the recent failures in late night: Trevor Noah, Samantha Bee, Jimmy the Kimmel. They questioned whether there was a future for late night shows. Now, the short answer, of course, is no. Now, there's a future for late night if the shows resemble Jay Leno or David Letterman, or for my old timers out there, if they resemble Johnny Carson. But the future for woke late night TV? That future does not exist. It is impossible to produce a show centered around comedy when you're handcuffed by the woke commandments. You can't hurt this group's feelings. You can't make fun of the rainbow. Can't make jokes about marginalized groups. The only marginalized group you can make fun of is Orange Man Bad. The late night shows on network television, they're all the same. There's no differentiation between them. You turn on Fallon, Colbert, or The Kimmel, they're all targeting the same three people: Kanye West, Captain Orange, Elon Musk. We have a president right now in office that can't ride a bike without falling over. We have a president in the White House who shakes hands with the air. Instead of Jimmy Kimmel making fun of Joe Biden, he fucking worships him. 10 years ago, if Jimmy Kimmel was averaging 1.3 million viewers, ABC would fire him. Today, they extend his contract for several more years. Several more years of failure. If Tucker Carlson drew 1.3 on Fox News, he would be fired. But because Jimmy Kimmel slices the Pound My Brown cake, he receives a multi-million-dollar extension, also known as woke welfare. It wouldn't surprise me if his ratings drop below 1 million viewers next year. But what do you think? Is that a possibility, below 1 million viewers? From what I can tell, Jimmy Kimmel has drawn record low ratings the past 6 months. Will he see the end of his contract with ABC, or will the network be forced to fire him, cancel the show because of low ratings? You let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.